Hello and welcome back to Fire Emblem 7 Eliwood Hard Mode 0% growths. Kind of a mouthful. So we are on chapter 13, third chapter of the run. I do find that naming convention annoying because I want to say what the chapter number is, but then I also don't want to make it sound like I've done 12 chapters already. That isn't the case. Anyway, so we've got here a seas map and we have basically 4 objectives. So there's kind of a lot going on. We also have 2 new units, so I'll talk about that first. We've got Sarah, a level 1 healer. Now obviously she's low level, fragile, and can't attack, so you know, that's all unfortunate, but of course she can heal, and that's valuable. And of course, if you are familiar with these kinds of playthroughs, or perhaps watched my Sacred Stones playthrough, you know that it's very valuable to have a healer with a high level staff rank. Now hers isn't high level right now, but we do get her early, so hopefully we can train that up to the point where she can use the good high level staves. That could be very important later in the game. And then we've got Matthew, who's a level 2 thief. He's got speed, he's not got a whole lot else other than the ability to like steal and open locks. So, yeah, I mean, obviously he's not a combatant, not somebody I'm going to be investing any resources into, but he does definitely have some utility. Okay, so I mentioned 4 objectives. First objective, get to this village. That unlocks the Merlinus Paralog. We do want our convoy, so that's going to be good. Second objective is to recruit Guy, the Myrmidon, down here, who is recruitable by Matthew. Third objective is to get to the armory and buy some more 1 to 2 range weapons. Right now I have those in limited supply and there's already a lot of enemies that can attack from 2 range. And then the fourth objective is to, as quickly as possible, get Eliwood and Marcus to the gate, have Marcus take out the boss, and have Eliwood seize. So to start off here, we want to have Oswin come over and break the snag. Oh, and I guess I can mention this village is also kind of an objective, but all that gives you is a mine, so I'm not like super concerned about that. I mean, I will get it. I don't know. I could imagine that good LTC strat makes use of the mine, but I don't really know how. It's going to be very difficult for me to judge when to drop that. Anyway, so then we're going to follow up with Bartre and Dorcas moving over. Dorcas is going to move over here, equip his Iron Axe for a little bit more void, and then Bartre is only going to go to here. The reason being, the archer can attack Bartre if he's here, but we don't want the archer standing right there, because then we can only put 1 attack on him, you know, without... Well, we can make a second attack with Oswin because he's got a javelin, but we have to get Bartre out of the way, and basically nobody would move across the bridge next turn, and that's not what we want. We want people moving across the bridge. So, okay, and then next up we want Marcus to come over here, equip his hand axe. And then we're going to... So he can only get to here by himself, so we're going to bring Hector over and rescue him. And then bring Lowen down and drop him here. And the reason we're doing that is because he needs to be 1 space further forward so that he can get to here next turn. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... on the following turn, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in the turn after that, and be able to make attacks on the boss, because he's actually not capable of one-rounding the boss. Maybe he could with a steel axe, but we don't have... Well, I guess I could have given him Dorcas's steel axe, actually. It's actually an interesting question. I haven't thought about that, I'm realizing. Let's see, the steel lance does 10, or well, let's just look at it this way. 15 strength plus, so 26 attack with weapon triangle. That should be 27, so 14 twice, but except he's on a gate, so it actually becomes 12 twice, and he doesn't want to. Yeah, plus he can't get into range to melee him on that turn anyway. So I mean, he can get into range the turn that he'll take him out, but he wouldn't quite do enough damage. So that is why we need him one space further forward. Alright, enough blathering. Now we want Matthew as far forward as possible because we need him up here to recruit Guy. Likewise, we want Eliwood as far forward as possible because he needs to get carried over to C's, and then we can just move these two in behind. Yay, level up. Okay, so now we want to take this guy out, which is a little risky. The hit rates are a little risky, that is. Fortunately, worked out. Move Dorcas along, and he can visit the village on the next turn. Meanwhile, up here, we need to get Matthew into position to talk to Guy. So Guy can move like this. We want to get Matthew here. Matthew has 6 movement to Guy's 5. So we want to rescue him with Lowen and then drop him with Marcus. But before we do that, we might as well take advantage of him to take out this bandit. And then we're going to move Hector up and have him attack this guy so that we can create some space for Sarah to come down and heal Lowen, just to get a little bit of staff XP. The healing doesn't really matter, but as I said, we do want to build her staff rank. Marcus will continue to keep his hand axe equipped. Brought Matthew onto the fort. So unfortunately, all these enemies who have 2 ranged weapons except this guy will attack Matthew and not Marcus. Not really anything I can do about that. Let's see, I just want to make sure I'm not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so Eliwood can move next turn and get rescued by Lowen. It's important. Sadly, Matthew does take some damage. He's pretty dodgy on that fort, but... Alright, so now, in order to get Guy recruited, we need to get this guy out of the way. And unfortunately, all of the units around here that we could take him out with need to move and not attack. Need to move somewhere else, I should say. So what we're actually going to do is have Hector come down, trade for the hand axe from Marcus, and attack him. So now we need to get the hand axe back to Marcus. But first, before I do that, I'm just going to go ahead and talk to Guy and recruit him. So Guy is in a pretty similar position to Joshua from Sacred Stones, in that he's a pretty strong early combat unit. He's got, just because he's fast and has, like, comes with a killing edge, so, you know, you can use that crit rate. But you recruit him a little earlier, but he's not as strong, like, just in terms of pure strength. He's also not as durable as Joshua, so he's generally just worse. Normally that would, of course, be somewhat offset by him joining earlier, you know, and having a couple maybe levels before, you know, getting to the equivalent chapter. But in this case, obviously that doesn't help. And being only level 3 I don't, really see him being a candidate for promotion. But he will be useful in the short run, even though, again, he's actually not as fast as you might think, though. I mean, for one thing, he's got the same speed as Marcus, which, I mean, is fast, don't get me wrong, but it's not blazing fast in the same way that you might expect, especially considering he only has 5 cons, so he actually gets weighed down by his killing edge to 9 speed. And sometimes these bandits, yeah, like this guy actually has 6 speed, this guy has 5, this guy has 6. So there's 2 of them that he actually doesn't double unless they're weighed down by their weapons, which I believe they are not. Yeah, that guy isn't. And that guy isn't. So, there you go. Anyway, so right now, the biggest risk here is that Matthew gets ganged up on, and the guy who's most likely to hit him is this archer. So we're going to have E take him out. And then we want to basically shuttle Eliwood forward. So we want to get the hand axe, get over here, and then have Marcus drop Eliwood there and then move up, having traded for the hand axe back. So first, get the hand axe from Hector, rescue Eliwood, over here. Marcus trades for the hand axe, takes Eliwood, drops him here, and then swings around to here, which puts him in range of this enemy and this enemy, but not this enemy. Finally, we can come up here and take a shot at this guy with Rebecca, but obviously if she gets hit twice, she just dies. So we're not going to do that. We're just going to probably actually leave her right where she is. Well, could move her 1 forward. It doesn't really matter a whole lot. Like Hector can drop back to grab this. So I think if we move her to there, then this guy will attack her in melee range, which isn't really what we want. So I think we'll leave her where she is. And then up here, so we want to set our units up so that we can get across the snag and get to the armory. Unfortunately, neither Bartray nor Dorcas can one-shot the snag, nor do they have any ranged weapons. And Oswin can't get there, but we're going to equip Oswin with the Javelin to lure this guy into attacking him. Oswin can 2-hit kill this guy, so his hit rate isn't very good, but if he does hit, that'll help a lot. And then we talk to Merlinus, we get a torch, hooray. Oh, Matthew, why? Nice. Okay, we hit him. Okay, so Eliwood from this spot can seize the throne next turn, so he's gonna walk on over and equip his rapier because he actually has the ability to one-round these guys with that equipped. Then we're gonna have Marcus come over here and throw a hand axe at the boss. The reason I'm doing it from here is on the off chance that he crits. Okay, he didn't. But on the off chance he crits, then he can be the one to go up and visit the armory. Alright, and then next, we're gonna have Bartra finish breaking down the snag. We're gonna have Oswin... Well, actually... Let's see... I think... So, the problem is that Dorcas does not have a very good chance of taking this guy out and has some risk of dying if he tries. And we don't need the mercenary to die. He'll move around to the forest and be out of our way. But this guy can block. So I think what we're going to do is go for him. Got him. Excellent. Okay. That's great. So now we can move Dorcas down here, and we're actually going to trade his steel axe, energy ring, and torch away. And the idea here is just that we want to have his inventory as empty as possible before he goes and visits the armory. Right, so the rest of this nonsense... At this point, we basically just want to protect Matthew. Now, we do have some vulneraries, so we can use those to patch him up. I think we may also want Lowen in range to deal with one of these guys just in case Eliwood does miss. I haven't seen that happen, but I don't actually know what his odds are, and maybe it would happen. So, oh right, these are the guys that he doesn't double. He doubles that guy. Yeah, okay, so let's go ahead and just take that guy out. Over here... Let's send Sarah across, I guess. Let's plan on that. Alright, and Rebecca's in range too. Oh, I guess Hector's in range. I just can't count. Okay, right. Right. A little more XP for Sarah. Actually, the other thing we could do... I wish Matthew just had a vulnerary already. I guess Lowen can trade him a vulnerary. That's what we'll do. Look at Eliwood, one rounding. What a good unit. Yeah, so this guy runs around to the other side of Dorcas, which means we can move past him, no problem. Oh, these guys are just gonna go for Eliwood. Okay, I mean, that makes sense, I guess. Look, we got more reinforcements. Alright, let's visit the village and get the mine. Also, heal Matthew for some XP. It's not really XP, it's staff rank, but whatever. And over here, Oswin's already loaded up with stuff, so we'll let him poke this guy. And fail. Dang it, Oswin. And Bartra is going to take Dorcas's remaining items, so we can buy as much stuff here as possible. So we want to get an iron sword, javelin, hand axe, another hand axe, and let's see. So now we have javelins for Marcus, Lowen, Oswin, hand axes for each of the fighters. Oh, but not for Hector. Okay, yeah, one more hand axe. There we go. Okay, and now just a little bit of cleanup before we seize, starting with the most important thing. Actually, this has a higher hit rate, so I guess that's what we're doing. Okay. I guess might as well do this for fun. And probably actually don't want to use up my killing edge. So, well, I mean, how much does it matter? I don't know. It probably... Yeah, it probably doesn't matter either way. Whether I attack or not, whether I level or not, whether I use it or not. So, it's more fun to kill stuff. And let's see, Hector's out of range. So we see Zen end the map. And for some reason we're sad. Alright, so that was chapter 13 in... I just realized I didn't get a turn count on that. Let's see, we had... Turn 1, go to the choke point. Turn 2, go by the fort. Turn 3, go up to the forest. Turn 4, attack the boss. Turn 5, kill the boss. So I believe that was 5 turns. I will edit the number in post, though, so you'll know whether I was correct or not. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time for Chapter 13X. Until then.